Hello, welcome back, people. Our beautiful, beautiful, lovely people. We're your host. I'm Jessica.
What up, boo boos? I'm Brittany Fontanez.
Yes, she is. And you are listening to Mystifying Reality,
Reality.
where we talk about it all. And you love it. So thank you very much. We know we missed you last week. Hopefully, you missed us. We're just gonna go ahead and say they did. Um, and we just, life happens. The world right now is a scary ass place, and all I can say is protect your energy and your peace. That's
Facts.
that's all
Only
we
love you
can do.
guys.
Exactly. Only love. That's all we can spread right now. And this week we are going to talk about something very interesting. Let me tell you, finding your soul tribe is where it's at.
Yes, especially right
We,
now.
oh, exactly. Anybody that says blood is thicker than water,
They wrong. They
they need to
lying.
they need to go to school or something because the science to that doesn't even make sense. But also, it's just really not real.
But listen, you guys, blood is just like water. It's thicker in a different color,
Exactly.
but it
Thank
doesn't
you.
mean it's
Thank you.
family. It's
Thank you.
not family.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just think, especially now with everything that's going on, finding your soul tribe is something that needs to be your top priority right now, right? And finding your soul tribe doesn't necessarily mean that it's a group of people. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the same sex. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's family, for sure, for sure. It's about who makes you feel good, who has goals or aspirations that align with yours, who wants to
Mm-hmm.
learn the same things as you, who has the same energy as you, who's there for you when you don't even think you need them, but they are,
Facts.
who's there for you even when you have a dispute, because we're human and everyone's going to fight and disagree, but
Mm-hmm.
not everyone can come back to you and be like, listen, all right, let's move on or let's talk about it. I'm still here for you. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of people that do that. And so you
Facts.
really need to be careful about who you bring into your life and who you consider to be your tribe, right? I say soul tribe because, like, Brittany's a part of my soul tribe. And it's
Yeah.
something kind of like some of us can feel it. We just feel it, right? That connection
Yeah.
is always there. As the sun is just gleaming. Look at this. Wow.
Gleaming
Um,
and beaming.
yeah, for real. But sometimes you just know, and then there's other times when you don't know. Like you can literally be at the bus stop and meet somebody, and
Mm-hmm.
they do more for you than a childhood best friend that you've known for 15 years. So you really need to pay attention to who is putting water in your glass and who is taking water out of it,
Yeah.
right? Because uh, listen, right now in this life, we we I know I've said it, I know Britt said it. We love to be alone. We love to just do us. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're like us, that's totally fine. I'm not saying don't be alone, but you need your people, right? Even if it's one
Yeah.
person to ground
Mm-hmm.
you, to feed off of each other, to go off of ideas, to not maneuver through life with just yourself. Okay. And so
Mm-hmm.
we want to tap into it and just talk about it, our experiences, whatever may arise. I just really want to say that if you're listening, wow, that was in English. If you're listening to this, I think it's really important to sit down and evaluate who's in your life, if they're good or bad. Just know that some people come in seasons for reasons,
Mm-hmm.
and then some people stay in your life to build, right? And to grow and to flower your plants. And we need to make sure that we know who those are. And so
Facts.
this is your sign. Get it
Mm-hmm.
together because we're only growing older. Thank you very
I
much.
I love it when you say that. It's time to get it together. She's like the mom you did not know you needed.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But I want to bring up that analogy she said where you got to figure out who is pouring into your cup and taking out of your cup. And I want to emphasize that There are people who are going to pretend to pour into your cup, but they're just pouring air into your cup. And it's very wise to have discernment on who you feel has good intentions for you, because our body knows when someone is not good for us. This is why it's really important to be self-aware, because you know who your soul tribe is. They make you feel calm, they make you feel comfortable, they make you feel like seen, heard, understood. And then you got people who give you anxiety, people who give you butterflies. And I'm here to tell you, butterflies is not a good sign. Run the fuck away as far as you can. Just saying. It's not a good sign. It's like, but I'm saying this with all love and a little bit of tough love, is because we were just, me and Jessica were just talking about this before coming on. It's like we live in a coddle culture. Everyone wants to be coddled with their problems and through gossip, and that's the only way we can find a sense of false validation. But you get absorbed into other people's energies and intertwined into their belief system to the point you forget yourself. That is not your soul tribe. Your soul tribe are people going to help you remember who you are and not have any shame in who you are. You know, I've been on this spiritual journey for far too long. And if you do listen to me, you may consider yourself a star seed or a Pleiadian or whatever you consider yourself as a spiritual being. And sometimes we could feel like we're so alone because people don't understand us. Hence, we feel like a lone wolf. And through this, we think that we don't have people who are like us. And I'm here to share with you that is not true. If you exist, there are people like you who do exist. It's just what we have to do in order to find our soul tribe is to allow ourselves to see what it is hurting our soul and what it is that we feel is serving our soul, and be able to distinguish that in our day-to-day life through
That's right.
people, through habits, through places, and see, is this serving me or not? And then when you choose to prioritize what does serve you, you're creating space for those people to come in when it's time for them to come in. So we pretty much have to go through a test, a trial, to see what are we tolerating and what is it that we don't want, in order to get really clear on what we want. Take time to clear that energy out, and therefore you're telling the universe, I made space for the right people to come in. This is why it's very important to stop chasing things outside of you. I had a long talk with myself about this. It's like, I'm tired of chasing goals. I'm tired of chasing money. I'm tired of chasing people. I'm only chasing the inner peace of my best version of myself. And when I learn to chase that, then the right people come along and the right things come along. Because anytime you're in a state of chasing and desperation and want, you're really saying, I'm lacking something. So you're trying to fill that void through wrong things and wrong people. This is why it's important to get to know yourself and become your own soulmate. Get to know your soulmate, and then you'll be able to distinguish, wow, I feel like I could really vibe with this person. Like, they get me. Like, for me, you guys, I'm such an old soul. I'm 28 years old, but I hang out with a lot of older people. And a lot of people think that's weird because they think I'm using them or trying to take advantage of them. It's like, no, they have the mindset that I do. They have wisdom that I can understand at my level of consciousness that people at my age don't have because of their own arrogance or defenses or just replications of their parents' way of thinking. So, you know, the fact that I recognize this, that's how I'm able to attract a lot of good people in my life. Hence, like, I have a small, very small circle, but this circle is of people that see me and appreciate me. And it took a long time to get there because I had to realize all the people I wanted to make a part of my path that weren't meant to be on my path, but to learn how to distinguish the snakes and the moths from the butterflies and the birds. Just saying. So, weird analogy, but my mind's just going somewhere. So, I say all this to you guys is because finding your soul tribe is just as important as loving yourself.
Yeah.
Finding people who resonate with you is just as important as finding things that make you happy, because you have to be very careful with who you allow into your energy field. Because, like they say, if you hang out with five stupid people, you end up becoming like those people. But if you hang out with like people who are high minded, who talk about ideas, the less drama you have. And that's what I realized. The more I talk about ideas and things I want to do and the type of things that open up my mind and stimulate my heart, it's like less drama is in my life. more pieces in my life because I'm prioritizing that, because I'm prioritizing myself. So, finding your soul tribe is really about you finding yourself, and then you'll be able to see who is meant for you. I hope that makes sense.
Of course it does. It makes a lot of sense. And I want to add on to that um like I also said, people come for seasons and reasons,
Hmm.
and they don't always stay, and that happens whether we want it to or not. That's just part of the life process. And we just can't, you know, put ourselves down for that, right? That's part of the journey of finding yourself, finding what your soul and who your soul is. And that's a part of learning what you like and don't like, just like the dating field. It's the same thing. It's just sometimes you can't even help it. And those are the times that you got to really pay attention. When you're not looking
Yes.
for it and it comes for you and then it leaves, it's like, here you go. Here's the lesson of the week type of thing.
How
And
dare you just say the truth about
because
my last
because
relationship?
it really is like that. Haven't you
You're wrong.
noticed
You're
that
not
the
wrong.
ones that you're out here looking and you put the effort in,
Mhm.
they hurt less than the ones that you weren't looking for and just fucking
Facts.
came and fucked up your whole life, and you're like,
Mhm.
what the fuck?
It's
Because
like that saying,
somehow,
when you find a girl in peace and then you leave her in pieces, the person who finds you in pieces are the ones who are gonna put you back together. I see what
exactly.
you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly. And I have a great
Mhm.
example of that. I had a friendship who she was best friends with a great friend of mine in college. And then me and that friend from college kind of broke ways. And then me and that friend of hers kind of got close.
Oh, you
Don't
told
get
me
me
about that.
wrong.
Yeah.
We did a lot of things together. We were very close, and I trusted her with the law and vice versa. But there came a point where we had a fallout, and I was so done with the bullshit because I realized that it was one of those people that need coddling, and that she wanted to be applauded for all the bad shit that she did, where it's not in my nature to, right? It is
Yeah.
not in my nature. If you're doing something wrong, you will know because I'm not gonna okay with it.
You will
Um
know.
and and
Mm.
she wasn't okay with it. It always bothered
Mm.
her, but we kind of just kept it pushing till one day I was just like, I'm so done. And we didn't talk for a year. And then, Jessica being Jessica was like, no, we've been friends for a really long time. We've been through so much. Like, let me be the bigger person and reach out. And of course I was. And of course we started again. Um, but I was the one that was putting in the effort. I was the one
You
that was still,
tolerated it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
tolerated it. And because of me, it was still going. I've always felt that.
Mhm.
And at one point, we had another stupid argument, and I was just like, "What the fuck were you doing? You did the right thing the first time. Why the fuck are we trying again? Like, what are you doing?" And so I was just like, you know what is it? It's just not in my energy. I'm just not going to deal with it. And it's just, this person was here for a season and a reason, and the reason is that I have to learn, because before her there was many like that a relationship shouldn't stay open because I'm tolerating it and I'm making it work. And I'm
Mhm.
downplaying myself or changing or whatever the hell it may be so that we can keep this alive. It goes both
Facts.
ways.
Mhm.
I can try as hard as you can. And granted, in my past, if I tried as hard as more than half of the people in my life, we would be
Yeah.
nowhere. So I
Mhm.
say that to give you an example. I think I had this friend for like 7 years, something like that, which is not a
Mhm.
little bit of time, maybe a little bit less. You can, and then look, I meet Brittany, and we now have what, a year,
Yeah.
almost a year of friendship,
I think 2
and
years, almost 2 years.
almost two. And then
Yeah.
me and Brittany have talked about more shit in life than me and this person ever did in 7. So that just goes to show you that you really need to be open to who you allow in your life, and sometimes you allow the wrong people, but it's for the right reasons.
Reasons,
So
yeah. So you can
just
grow
want to let you
and
know
learn.
exactly.
I
It's
wanna
just
share, I love that you're bringing this up because when you are looking for your soul tribe, it's very important to learn how to let go
Mhm.
and learn from those people. But the most important thing too is that in order to find your soul tribe, you got to learn how to trust again. But
Mhm.
the trust comes with forgiveness. And I'm here to
Yeah,
share with you guys, you can't forgive someone and not allow them back in your life. You can
exactly.
want someone to eat fruitfully, but not at your table. There's
Period.
nothing wrong with that.
I'll give it a
But in order to
snap.
find your right snaps, I need to go to a poetry like night. I've been dying to go to one of those. But in order to find your soul tribe, you have to let go of what people are getting from you. You have to let go of what
Yeah.
you're getting from those toxic people and those toxic
Mhm.
connections. Because what people don't understand, trauma bonding is not just in relationships, it's in friendships too and in family.
Yeah. Mhm.
So trauma bonds could be like you guys are on and off, but it's because you think you have to be here for each other. It's like I'm not even going to get into that whole drama that's going on outside of us, but what I'm saying is that I'm
Don't do
not.
it.
I know we already talked about it. I know, but it's like trauma bonding is that you're tolerating someone's poor behavior, knowing the fact they know what they're doing. They're just not willing to own up and take accountability for it. You have to be
Exactly.
willing to let those people go. And this is going to sound a little harsh, but I used to be a people pleaser and codependent. I had to learn to let people go to the point that they can see that they are destroying themselves so they realize they are their own problem. And there's
Yep.
nothing wrong with that. When you're looking for your soul tribe, you have to be okay with your decisions and your choices on who you allow access to you and who you allow yourself to give time to. Please understand, it's a privilege to have people in your life. It's a privilege for people to know you, but you have to
Mhm.
recognize that first so you can not tolerate people or entertain people who are snakes, and learn how to really see who is deserving of your humor, your good energy, your love, and be open to those people and have your heart open to that. Because once you can let go and trust and forgive, then you can open up your heart and realize, okay, I feel good around this person. I'm going to choose to hang out with them more. And then you can see them as a person. Whereas now I know how I feel, but I don't feel right with this person. Nah, I'm good. I'm going to keep my distance. Plain and simple.
Exactly.
So it's
Ooh.
like, I'm speaking some facts right here, you guys, because I've been alone all my life. I've been neglected, the afterthought. And then people always wonder why I never come around, especially family. And it's because, like, why am I going to be around people who don't give a fuck about me? Plain and simple. And like we said in the beginning, blood is just like water. It's thicker in a different color, but it doesn't make you family. Your soul tribe is your family because they choose to see you. They choose to respect you, but you got to give that to yourself first while
Yeah.
you're in the process of allowing your soul tribe in. And little do you guys know, I really want to emphasize this, and a lot of people are not going to like this, but in the process of finding your soul tribe, you have to recognize how you're not showing up as a friend, because that's probably why
Exactly.
you don't have good friends.
Woohoo.
That's a hard pill to swallow that I had to realize. I had a lot of good friends in my life and I fucked it up because I thought I was the righteous one. I thought I was the best one they ever had. But then I had to realize, how do I want my soul tribe to show up for me? Oh, I got to show up for myself like that, and I got to show up for people like that. And then
Exactly.
like Jessica said, people come for a season for a reason. You give your best to the wrong person, but it doesn't mean that everyone is like that person. You just got to
Exactly.
you got to cleanse it out, forgive it, and then still have your heart even more open, but with good discernment and boundaries now. So then you know better on, oh, now I see the pattern. Oh, I'm going to go with what's unfamiliar rather than what is familiar. So, you know,
Oh,
I'm going hard right now.
that made me think of something. Oh wow.
Go ahead. You want to share it?
Like, yeah, just real quick. If you have been going to a restaurant for as long as you can remember and it's your favorite fucking restaurant, I'm guaranteeing you that the food is not always going to be the same, right? And so
Facts.
if you can go to your favorite restaurant today and their food is not that great and you could send it back into the kitchen and be like, "You know what? Like it's okay. Like let's try it again. Bring me another plate. Like it's whatever. I've been coming here for years. I know you guys are clean, hygienic, whatever the case may be. It's just, no one's perfect. You can do the same thing with people. There's always going to be a few bad. There's always going to
Yes.
something bad is always going to
Mhm.
happen. But if you're willing to go back to it, just like if you try a Netflix show and you don't like the show, you look for another one, and then you end up loving that one. It's the same thing. It's just people think so harshly about it and put so much fucking thought
Yeah.
into it to the point where they get over it and don't do shit. So I just wanted
Mhm.
to put those analogies out there. I hope that they made sense, but it did in my
No,
head.
they
I
made
don't know.
sense. Like, don't get me wrong, you guys. It's okay if you realize someone did something wrong and they want to come back and apologize and change it.
Hmm.
That's okay to accept that.
That is.
But it's also okay to say no to a second chance.
Yeah.
It is. It's okay. Like I like fuck, what's his name? He's a rapper. He's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me three times, get the helicopter. Like it's God. How do I forget his name? I used to listen to his rap songs all the time. But it's okay to give someone a second chance. But I'm at a point where I realize I give people chances over and over, and it gets them to a point. Oh, now that I'm in, I could get comfortable again and go back to my old ways.
Hmm.
Now it's like if the first time wasn't enough, the second time is well not deserved. Plain and simple, and that is okay. Doesn't mean you have to hold animosity or grudges or resentment. It just means it's okay that you choose yourself and you're clear on the type of people you want in your life. It's okay.
Exactly.
I'm not saying people can't change, but I am saying maybe you were not meant to give that second chance to a person. Maybe you were their lesson to know not to do that to the next person that comes into their life. Plain and simple. So
Ooh.
it's
Facts.
okay to let people go, to learn new people, to allow people to come for a season, and to allow people to show up in ways for you never thought you needed. Like for me, I wish me and Yes could live together because I'm that type of best friend that if she's going through something, I'm gonna show up at her door within an hour and I'm gonna have some motherfucking cupcakes and some ice cream and be like, bitch, I got some movie from her
Period.
box. Let's fucking go.
I'm the
Like
same way. Yeah.
I'm that type of friend, and those are the type of friends I want, and now I have those type of friends. It took years to get to this place, but with discernment, revelation, and honestly releasing, it's really helped me get to this place. So I'm saying, you guys, to find your soul tribe, know who you are, know what you want, and be all right with saying no to what you don't want. That's how you're
Yes.
able to find your soul tribe.
It's really it that's crazy because it is true. You get what you look for. You get what you
Mm-hmm.
want when you what is it? Is it an eye for an eye? It is an eye for
You
an eye.
get what you don't get what you want, you get who you are.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. See,
Yeah.
she gets me because I didn't even get me. It's just it's just crazy to me. And I really wanted to say this because I used to be like this when I was younger and people still try me. Don't get me wrong, they still try me.
Oh
But they just
yeah.
don't succeed. Family
Facts.
members that make you feel like shit for not talking to another family member or not talking to them or but you're my family, you're my cousin, you're my niece. Like we're supposed to fuck that, fuck you, fuck it all.
Mhm.
If you are toxic, if you are not discerning to me and my needs, I don't care if you are my mother. I will just not be okay with what you're doing, and that comes with setting
Yeah.
boundaries, and that comes with allowing those you deserve and want into your life. Nothing is forced in this life. At the end of the day, you are born alone. So
Mhm.
at the end of the day, sometimes we don't choose the families that we go into, but we can fix that by creating our own. I just really thought that I needed to say that because I know that I used to beat myself up for feeling uncomfortable around certain people or
Yeah.
feeling weird about not feeling connected to a certain family
Mhm.
member or something like that.
We're
But
not supposed to connect with everyone.
at the end of the day, it is what it is. And if I find comfort in someone that I met 2 days ago versus someone that has been in my life my whole life, that's that's on
Says a
me.
lot.
That's on me, and
Mhm.
it says a lot about the other person. And we live in a
Yeah.
society where everyone is okay with putting each other down and judging. Oh,
Mhm.
you're not a family person, or you say you're a family person, but I only see you with one person. Like, who gives a fuck? Mind your
Yeah.
business. It's
Mhm.
so easy to just judge the other person and talk shit and just put
We
stereotypes
judge
and
what we don't know. We judge what we don't
exactly.
know. Yeah.
People need to start fucking. worrying and putting more effort. Like if people put effort into all the shit that they talk about, whether like Cardi B's ass is fat or whatever the fuck, if they take that energy and put it towards themselves, we'd be in a better
Mhm.
world. Because
Yes,
all this gossip and drama and shit, bye. So I
I
just thought
agree.
everybody should hear that because what
I
the fuck are
agree.
we doing? What the fuck are we doing? It just pisses me off. But I also understand that I've done the work. And so I
Mhm.
understand that there's another side to things versus someone that may be listening and maybe like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like,
Yeah.
what is that? But just know that once you start popping bubbles and start realizing reality and
Mhm.
start listening to what we're talking about, we're making sense, and
Yes,
we
we are.
will we will touch you in whatever way we touch you. And it's just Brittany.
But
And I know. And you know, you just it is what it is. It just is what it is. You either get it or
exactly.
you don't, and we just hope that you get it. Now let me stop talking because Brittany's out here thinking I'm talking a certain way. Bye.
Never do. If anything, you
Mhm.
speak facts. See, this is what, okay. I'm going to show you guys indicators that you know people are your soul tribe. One, listen to your body. How does your body feel around that person? Does your body feel calm? All right, get to know them well. If your body feels anxious to the point you feel like you can't talk, that's something you need to introspect about.
Or maybe
Secondly,
they have a crush on them. That's different.
true. Good point. Good
But that's
point. You're
besides
not
the
wrong.
point. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. You're
That's
not wrong. We could talk about that another time. But now, secondly, do you feel like you could talk about anything? And if you can, that's a clear indicator of someone cares about you. Now, the third thing, best indicator, if you have someone who is saying things that are constructive criticism, but they hurt you, but you feel that that's coming from a good place, then those are your people. Because I'm a huge believer that someone who really loves me is willing to call me out on my shit.
Me.
Exactly. That's why I love
But
her.
I don't even do it in a dick way though. You don't gotta be a dick about it. Well, sometimes you do. Never mind. I take it
Exactly.
back. I take it back. I take it back.
Like some people could be assholes about it, but they have good intentions, so I feel it. But and the last indicator as well is that person respectful of your boundaries? And
Yeah.
if they are,
Facts.
that's someone who generally cares about you. And the last one I actually want to share. Are they curious enough about you more than you are about them? If do
Oh,
they That's a good one.
that makes me want to cry.
Because we live in a world where people only ask questions to get things that they could use to manipulate. And then not only that, when you asking questions, question after question, and they're only answering and not ask you any questions, it's a clear indicator someone doesn't give a shit about you, only what they can get from you.
Whether it's just feeling better about themselves because they're not as shitty
Hmm.
in a situation as you are, or or their relationship is going to ass and theirs is not, so it's like to glow. It's not necessarily always, because I also had a friendship like that too that is no longer in my life. I just cut it out because there's no
Hmm.
reason why we should be having a conversation and I'm the only one talking because you keep pressing and bringing everything back to me, and when I ask you about you,
Yeah.
everything is fine. Or when I tell you about yourself, now you want to be mad. What's the whole
Hmm.
point of being in a relationship if you can't give and take? If you can't talk about the good and the bad and just move forward?
Exactly. And that's how friendships are too, you guys. You got to be willing to talk
Exactly.
about everything in a place of trying to understand, but not needing to agree. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
Me and
So,
Brittany don't always agree. And
yeah.
we just laugh at each other. That's how fucking chill we are. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, like I feel like we defeat the odds though. Not a lot of people like that. But
Literally.
we complement each other very well. You just need to find your Brit and Jessica, to be honest with you.
We need
And
shirts like that.
whether oh my god, are we
We need
throwing
it.
out merch?
I think we are. You need to find your
Oh
Brit
my
or your
god.
Jessica.
um so no, but for real though, like it may take forever, but that's okay
Hmm.
because when you find them,
Yeah.
you're gonna have the time of your fucking
Your
life. We're
life.
not
It's
saying
so true.
everything's perfect. We're not saying that this shit is gonna be rainbows and unicorns. Don't get me wrong, it can be, but it won't always be. And you need to be okay with that because that's life.
Hmm.
We're human. We make mistakes. We're allowed to
I,
argue. We're allowed to disagree. We're allowed to not talk. Me and Brittany, literally, guys, have not talking for a week.
literally.
Talking
And we
is
said we
talking a
were going
word.
to,
Talking
but
is not a word. But yes, we did say. But guess what? We pointed it out and we laughed at it. and, and it feels like we did talk yesterday. By the
literally.
way. But that just goes to show you, like, I just want to show you that if your life is shitty, sometimes it's not even you, it's the people in it.
Yes,
So
literally.
we need
Hmm.
to do a little cleanse.
Literally, cleanses are so needed right now. So, everything we share with you guys, just for a guideline to teach you the people you should be looking for and giving your full to. Because we
Yeah.
live in a world where people care about people who don't care about them and they give their
Yeah.
all. And now we need to start putting an effort to people who put an effort into us, plain and simple.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
that's all I
Period.
gotta say. That was my
Yeah.
TED Talk.
I think I'm done talking today.
Right?
Isn't there a TikTok? I'm done, Tommy. I'm done talking. All right. Sorry.
Done. I love it.
Um, we just we're not experts. We're just, well, we're experts in our own lives. Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. And so we've been through a little bit here and there to talk our shit and to really enlighten you guys. And we've really come on here because I know there's open-minded people that may have not expanded their thinking the way that we have, and that's okay. That's what we're
Hmm.
here for. If we spark something inside of you for 5 minutes, that's enough for me. Um, I love change. I love evolution. I love growth, and
Facts.
that's what I want in life for our listeners and just for my friends and whoever I deem to be family. It's just we need to grow and we need to evolve and we need to be open-minded to changes and different things. And it's really important to have your people. We want you to have your people. Include
Hmm.
us because we're always there for you, bitches.
Facts.
Um,
Facts. Only facts.
ah, and with
When you get
that,
close to us, you're gonna be a bitch. Trust me, but in a good
yeah,
way.
that's my favorite word. Yo, we had a 10-minute conversation. Don't get me started. Um, we it's all love. It's all love.
Only
And like
love.
Brittany always says,
Only love.
we need that in a shirt too. Only motherfucking love.
I need to
Till
trademark
next
that
week.
bitch.
Till next week, folks.
See you on the next one.
Just real quick, like always, if you guys want to reach out to us, you can email us at mystifyingrealitypodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Mystifying Reality Podcast on Instagram. Come on, we're trying to get to 100. Let's get this rolling. And please listen to us on Spotify. Give us a like and give us a rating. Please, only love. Thank you. Bye.
Toodles.